Hey guys, so the talk of the town is Palm Jebel Ali. That about 3 months ago, His Highness relaunched, and about a couple of weeks ago, Nakheel, the master developers, actually started selling plots and villas on the Palm Jebel Ali. I thought, let's go a little bit back down memory lane, understand how Palm Jumeirah came up, so that you can get a little bit of an understanding of how Palm Jebel Ali is going to turn out, and how long it might take, and where the opportunities might be. All right, guys, welcome back. If you're looking to purchase a property in Dubai, there is a link below. You can click it, fill up the form, and let's get in touch. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and bell icon. And obviously, show some love in the comment section. Look, I've titled this video Palm Jumeirah, Palm Jebel Ali, to give a little bit of a primer, like take you down memory lane and explain to you how the entire Palm Jebel Ali, Palm Jumeirah concept came into being. There's a story, and it's actually documented in a video documentary by, I think, CNBC or CNN or BBC. And His Highness and his team were sitting there, and they approached His Highness with a plan of explaining to him that, countries like Spain and a few other countries, European, and then, which other countries were named, but let's talk about Spain, right? So Spain and I think south of France, they've done very well with beach property. So, so around the Jumeirah area, there was about 20 kilometers available where His Highness was explained that they could build towers, and, with the sea views, they could actually sell them to international clients, so on and so forth. And His Highness, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid, bless him, he actually went to his team and he said, well, you're talking about 20 kilometers. Can you do 200 kilometers? And you've got to appreciate this vision, because then the story goes, they actually then thought about the Palm Jumeirah, because the way the Palm Jumeirah is built is not only does it have the trunk where a lot of the buildings can be built and there's sea, because this is land, and then this is the trunk, and all of around here is the sea, and then come the fronds, right? So the fronds are right here, and then with the fronds, what can happen, essentially speaking, is on each front, there is a house, right? There are many houses on both sides, okay? And the fronds are A, B, C, D, and go all the way to Z. And I'm going to actually do this a little bit like this, because I want to bring this a little bit further down, right? And then right here, there is the crescent. Okay, so the crescent's there. And after the crescent, there is the breakwater, okay? So to protect this. Now, what essentially happened is, instead of 20 kilometers, you have 200 kilometers, because you've got the Palm Jumeirah. So this was Palm Jumeirah. Here, twice the size of Palm Jumeirah was Palm Jebel Ali. And then over here, we had the World Islands, and then Dera Islands. Okay, so we had the World Islands, and then we had the Dera Islands. Okay, this was the thing that I personally think, Dubai's brand really went global with the Palm Jumeirah. Everybody started talking about Dubai. It said that you could see Palm Jumeirah from space, which is most likely true. It's a lot of reclaimed land, and Dubai spent a lot of money in making sure it was done environmentally and eco-friendly. Now, if you want to purchase a property, not just in Palm Jumeirah or Palm Jebel Ali, anywhere in Dubai, we've got a full team of advisors that's able to help you. You click the link below, fill up the form, get in touch, and then we can talk, okay? Now, I'm going to explain to you how the development on this happened, okay? Because then you can actually relate that to Palm Jebel Ali, okay? Essentially speaking, in the beginning, the villas were sold, okay? So the villas were sold on the fronts, okay? You've got to remember that on the fronts, the closer you are, the less pricier. The further out you are, the pricier the villas get. These being the absolute tips and the tip villas, that's what they're called, essentially speaking, because there's a lot of gaps between the fronts, right? So if this is the front, this gap is much more than this gap. So on the tip, the villas generally cost more, okay? Palm Jebel Ali is going to pretty much be similar. The higher the fronts means if you're in the above O front, it's going to be pricier. And the more out on the front, on the leaf that you are, the villas are going to be pricier, okay? Now, what ended up happening is people bought multiple units here as well. And I think the same is going to happen over here. And they're not always, these units are not always bought by people to flip, just to let you know. I personally know people who bought 2, 3, some bought 7, some bought multiple villas. Some were bought to actually resell in the near future, and some were just held on to as their portfolio, just, to generate decent amount of rent. And that's what's going to happen over here as well. But then you've got to know that the original Palm Jumeirah, the build of the houses were of poorer quality, and that's not to blame the developer or the actual development. It's just the way things were being done in Dubai at that time. It was super fast. Things were moving fast. That's come under control now, and I personally perceive that the quality is going to be much higher this time around, okay? Last but not the least, one thing you've got to also understand is there's a lot of land that was bought here as well, okay? And the same thing is going to happen, okay? Now, what ended up happening with the Palm Jumeirah and why Palm Jebel Ali is now getting launched or relaunched is we had something called the global financial crisis, okay? So when the global GFC, global financial crisis hit, things kind of stopped over here. In fact, these villas that were touching 15 million, the lowest I think was sold for about 7 million or a little bit below that in 2009, okay? I personally know some people who sold it at this price. Today, the prices over here are 18 million to start with, okay? Obviously, even prices here have gone further up. The other thing you've got to understand is that it took about 20 years for Palm Jumeirah to fully develop, okay? Up until 2010, you couldn't buy groceries on Palm Jumeirah. And up until 2010, there was no mosque. So if you're looking for a mosque immediately, it wasn't there until 2010. You really had to come out of Palm Jumeirah to actually pray, right? And how did Palm Jumeirah actually develop? So essentially speaking, in the beginning, you had the Shoreline buildings and the Golden Mile buildings that came up here. So Shoreline S, Golden Mile here. These were the original ones. Then we had the Atlantis as the main anchor that was launched in 2008. Villas had started being handed over by 2006, I believe. And then the Atlantis was this big anchor. And then we had resorts. We had resorts coming up over here. We had the Aquaventure Park. But it's taken 20 years or so for this whole thing to come together, okay? So expect that Palm Jebel Ali is not going to be like overnight. You go in there and you get the same experience as Palm Jumeirah. It's going to build up gradually because, of course, it makes sense, right? The infrastructure, the traffic, the movement, all of that is going to be gradual. But the big plus side is all the stuff that Nakheel, the master developer, has learned in Palm Jumeirah, they're easily going to be able to transfer that to Palm Jebel Ali. So in my personal opinion, the growth, the flow, the traffic, the development, the master planning is going to be much better, right? It's kind of like if you bake a cake one time, then you're baking another cake after a week, you're going to remember any mistakes you might have made and not repeat them. If you make cake number 3, 4, 5, you're going to be way better than that, right? Also, remember this. Anytime you buy in Dubai, one of the things that you might want to do is actually check the master plan before you buy. All right, guys? Listen, I think that's about it. If you've got any questions on Palm Jumeirah or Palm Jebel Ali, again, the opportunity is there. Just don't expect it to become operational like Palm Jumeirah overnight. It's going to be growth, but it's going to be sure growth. If you want to purchase in Palm Jebel Ali, there is a link below. You can click it, get in touch. We'd be happy to talk to each other. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and bell icon. And obviously, Show some love in the comment section. Ciao for now. Hey guys, thank you for watching the video. I hope you liked it. My name is Fahd Dawood. I've been doing this for 15 plus years. I started in Toronto, Canada in 2006, and since 2007 I've been based in Dubai and doing real estate in Dubai. Look, if you're looking to work with me, there's a form below and my mobile number. I do paid consulting. You can also get help from my team for services. If you like the video, press the like button, press the subscribe and the bell icon, and share it with your friends who you feel would be able to benefit from the content of this video. Last but not the least, I'll repeat, me and my team's role is always going to be to help and select the best property for you. Your role will be to invest in that property, and we will in turn invest in your life and your future. Bye for now.